Awards are really a little weird to me because you still have to go out there and play that year. I don't think you get any awards for doing nothing. Next year I have to prove a lot of things.
What do you feel like are the biggest ways in which you've improved this offseason?
Probably off the field, just taking care of my body, getting treatment. Going into this year, I just want to stay healthy as possible. So whether that's extra stretching at night, getting with the trainers, eating better, things like that. Just do as much as I can to keep my body right.
Marvin, do you?
Defensive back has impressed you the most from those things?
That I played I'm gonna play this year or last year?
Could be either one. Just in your time at Ohio State, in that select. So.
Deontay Banks, corner from Maryland last year. Probably the best corner I played in college. He was super athletic. Had great technique. That explains why he was a first-round draft pick. Going into the game, I didn't really know much about him, but after the game, I definitely knew who he was.
And how about this year?
I think there's a corner from Rutgers that's really good. I hadn't had the best game against Rutgers last year. The corner from Rutgers is really good. And then there's, like I said, the DBs at Penn State are also pretty good. So,
Marvin, what is your expectation of how defenses will try to stop you this year, and what can you do or are you doing to prepare for that, knowing the reputation that you have and what you put out there?
Yeah, I think if I'm out there and I'm drawing two defenders, I'm doing my part in the game. I might not have the 100 yards or touchdowns that may be expected of me, but if I'm impacting the game, by drawing two defenders and getting other receivers one-on-one, I'm doing my part. So that's just how I kind of look at it.
Marv, you talked about wanting to get better after the catch this season. What about being a leader? Where do you grow in that part of it?
Yeah, Coach Mick has been kind of pushing me to be more of a vocal leader, especially in the locker room. I'm more of a quiet guy. I kind of lead by example, but Coach Mick has got me speaking to the team, speaking to the workout group, just telling them something motivational before the workout or at the end of the workout. So definitely grown in that area a lot thanks to Coach Mick.
Marvin, what are the lessons that you guys take away from Michigan and Georgia that you can apply going forward, and how are they kind of different, if at all?
It's the little things. You look at the Georgia game. Obviously, there's a couple plays here and there that they're inches away, and we know we have a totally different story in that game. And then even the T.O. North game, even though there were some big plays, it's really we're just inches away from making a tackle here or getting a catch here or getting the first down there. So I think it's really just the little things. We just got to bring it all together.
Marvin, you and Kyle McCord went to high school together. Can you talk about that connection and how you're working on it to get into the season?
I think we kind of have a great connection now for 3 years. We already played each other in high school, so now we're just enhancing it and moving that kind of high school connection that we had to more of a college pro level. Being on the same page where whether coverage might change and he has to know what I'm doing. The same thing goes with Devin too. So we're just trying to keep both quarterbacks in the loop because they can trust me more importantly.
I apologize if this has been asked already, but I'm wondering your thoughts about being in this stadium, your earliest memories of seeing Dad play here maybe, and seeing most of your name up there on the facade.
I remember a lot. Definitely remember when he got inducted and his name was revealed here. I think I remember sitting over there on that's the home side sideline. So I remember sitting on the bleachers over there towards the end of a game or something like that, or maybe after a game, and just sitting with him. I have a picture of that in my room. So
he's kind of a quiet guy. I covered him most of his career here.
Correct.
You're the same. Kind of wired.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more outgoing to him, a little bit more, but I think we're both quiet though.
That's not saying a lot because he was all
yeah.
When you were in those stands, did you dream of being on this field?
No.
What was that like?
Yeah, I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid at the time. Just being amazed by how big the stadium is and the bright lights, things like that. I never dreamed of me. Okay, I'm going to play, get an opportunity, maybe play in a Big Ten championship game, or be in a stadium and doing a Big Ten media day. Never thought of that at all. So I was just a kid at the moment.
How much? Speaking of that, how much is that driving you guys? Marvin, y'all haven't played the Big Ten championship game for 2 years.
Yeah.
You haven't played.
I haven't played in one, and I think. And when I committed to Ohio State, the Big Ten championships at Indy, and that's kind of the one goal that I've had, my whole college career, and I haven't got there yet. So, however many years left I have in college, I know this has to be, one of the years that I get a chance to do that.
Do you enjoy the spotlight that comes with all this?
No, I don't. I kind of just want to go out there and play football and just let my game speak for itself. But I think in this this generation, kind of the social media and all things like that is good for us from a marketing standpoint, especially with NIL and things like that. So there's definitely benefits to it, but if you remove all the NIL stuff and things like that, I just want to go play football.
Is it something you've kind of had to slowly embrace as you've gotten more well-known?
Yeah, it is, but just like you said, you get used to it after a while. And you kind of have to play your cards right just for social media because of the NIL space and things like that. You just want to keep the main thing that's playing football at a high level.
Marvin, you were talking about in the Penn State game when you and CJ changed that play together. How did you and CJ develop that kind of relationship, and how long does it take for a receiver and quarterback to get to that point where you can be sort of fixing the game in the middle of it?
A lot of reps. As a receiver, I feel like I have to know just as much as the quarterback does from a standpoint of the coverage and reading the coverage. So I kind of saw cover zero as well, and I looked at CJ to just make sure that he's seeing the same thing that I'm seeing, and he kind of gave me like a little signal to run a slant here, and so I think it's part of me and him having the knowledge of the game and also reps. Also shout out to the coaches preparing us for those moments, just in case we want to go cover zero, we need our answers.
How quickly do you think you can get to that point with whoever the starting quarterback is this year for West?
Very fast. Then you kind of game plan for that, weekly. Know what defenses like to do, in blitzing situations. Where's our checks, where's our hots, and things like that. So, so I don't think it'd be no problem with a different quarterback.
Did you and Kyle have that in high school? I mean, did you feel like there was a connection?
Yeah, definitely. We didn't really get blitzed a lot in high school. Yeah. Like I said, the college game is different than high school. Nor did we really want to change any plays, things like that. We just kind of stuck to what worked. We didn't really need to do too much extra stuff to be successful on offense.
What are the biggest ways in which you've seen Kyle grow this offseason as he competes for that starting job?
Being a leader. You're a quarterback. You're a leader of the team. We all look at you to lead us, because that's how CJ was. CJ's probably one of the best leaders I've ever been around, in my life. So just seeing him step up into that role that I've kind of seen him step into, high school, and then he obviously took a back step once he came to college, and CJ had his starting job. But now I think now that the job is open, he's kind of stepped more into that role.
Coach Day said you guys talk about Michigan daily at practice. I mean, what is that conversation like among the players?
Yeah, obviously the game hasn't gone the way we wanted to the past 2 years, so and we emphasize that game more than any other game that we're going to play on the schedule. And it's really just focusing, like I said, on little things, situations in football, and just executing as a high level. That's one thing as a player that I feel like we didn't do from a player standpoint, is execute late in that game, especially the second half, to give us the victory.
Marvin, can you talk about the role of self-scouting over the offseason, what that does and how you can use that to help improve your own game?
Yeah, I mean, I think I watch myself a lot, just to find ways that I can get better at, and also understand okay, where may my weaknesses be at, how's the defense trying to take me away from the game, especially towards the end of the year. Kind of saw that a little bit. Just being versatile. Can I play outside? Can I play to the field? Can I play in the slot? Just be able to move all around and be able to run every route in the route tree. So that's kind of one thing I look at.
Marvin, for any high school receiver who's being recruited by Ohio State,
yes.
How much, and I guess for you, was it the opportunity to play at this offense with the players who are here, and how much is it Ryan Hartline and who he is, his personality? Like, what's the balance of the system, the team's drawing me here versus the coach?
I think it's a combination. If you're a receiver, you want to go to a place that's going to throw the ball a lot. That's just natural. So I think Ohio State's one of the schools that does that best throughout the country. With Coach Day, his system, the concepts that he runs, it's very pro-like. For a lot of us, we are trying to get to that pro level. So there's no better place to do that than go to Ohio State, especially as a receiver. Like you said, we have Coach Hartline, and you're in a room where you're common amongst the uncommon. So I think that's just a perfect place for you as a receiver.
Obviously, there's already a lot of talk about the NFL future for you and all that. What is it that just makes this season at Ohio State so important for you?
I think it starts with the TN North and Big Ten Championship. I feel I've accomplished a lot from an individual standpoint. I think I played in I played in big night games. I played in national championship games at Georgia. Played in the Team at North game, but the one thing I haven't done is beat Team at North to play in the Big Ten Championship. So for me, that's my main focus going into the season.
Marvin, how did guys like Chris and Garrett and Jackson kind of help set the table in a way for you to kind of take over as like the top guy?
Yeah, it's just we have such a cool group, especially coming as a freshman, where you have all those guys in the room, and it's like so many great players that you're surrounded by. You have no choice but to learn from them and get better. And being behind Garrett my freshman year, positionally and receiver position-wise, being behind Garrett, just learn as much as I can from him. And I'm super proud of the success he's having now in the NFL, and Chris as well. I know Jackson's going to do great things as well in the NFL. So it's definitely an honor and a blessing to be able to play with great players. A lot of people look at it as I'm not going to go to that place because there's too many receivers there. And the receiver room's loaded. But there's no better place to learn from than being, amongst great people and great receivers.
Now to turn the question around, how can you prepare this next generation of receivers?
Yeah, I think from a receiver standpoint, I just want to emphasize the work ethic that needs to, happen for you to be successful. You got to work hard. You got to be. I want the Ohio State wide receiver room to be the hardest working room in the country, and that's my standard for that room. So that's what I try to do.
I know when you and Emeka came in, you guys, really kind of worked really hard right from the get-go. Are you seeing that from this new crop of freshmen?
Yes, I do. They're actually taking up my time on the seeker, so we can't all catch balls at the same time. So they're on there, and then I get on there, and we kind of like rotate things like that. So it's hard having all of us on there, but I'm just super proud of them the way they came in and how they approach their business and their work ethic.
Marvin, how's Cardinal Tate doing, and have y'all bonded around him to get him through these tough times?
Yes. First, I just want to send my condolences and prayers to his family. Carnell is a very strong individual. I don't know how he's even been able to come to practice and come in with a smile on his face, have a good time. I'm sure he's going through so much right now that I couldn't even imagine. So, I have much respect for him and how he's managed and handled his business. But he's doing great, and we just try to do the best we can to be there for him.
And Brandon Ennis, what's just your take on him? He's on on campus now, etc. Are these guys worthy of the pub they're getting?
Absolutely. I think I see so much of myself and my class, me and Emeka and Jaden in that 2023 class. I think they are, and just how they came in, they approached, and they just wanted to get straight to work. And they're kind of very quiet guys. They just sit back. I'm just going to work hard, and when the time comes, they're going to be ready.
What's special about Brandon? What about Ennis? What stands out about him? Now that you've got to watch him on a daily basis.
His confidence. I think he's ultra confidence. He believes that he can do anything on that field, no matter what is asked of him. I think he kind of embracing his role, as that slot guy that we've seen Jackson do and now Emeka. I think he's the perfect fit for that. So I'm super excited to watch him grow throughout the years.
You mentioned Jackson and Chris and Garrett. Even aside from those guys, are there guys in the NFL that you consistently watch and look to?
That's a very, very long list. I don't know if I have time. And
are there a few that stand out to you?
Yeah, there is, but it's like I don't want to say names and leave people out. But Mike Thomas is up there. I think he's one guy that growing up, when I started taking football, I realized this is what I really wanted to do. Breaking my dad's records was something that I always wanted to do, and then Mike Thomas kind of beat me to it. And I think 2019 year, and but yeah, now Mike Thomas, he's been kind of injured. Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Calvin Ridley, guys that can really run routes. Devontae Smith, AJ Brown, some Philadelphia guys. So there's so many guys. I hope I didn't miss any names. So I can keep going on and on about how I studied the game, studied players.
I'm guessing you were too young to see your dad play, right? Actual play here,
I was too young to remember my dad.
Okay.
Yes.
But how much have you studied his tape, specifically the hands, feet, the route running, his precision to detail? How much have you studied that on film?
Not as much as probably you would think. I think the game has changed, and you look at that offense that he was in. He lines up on the right side every single time, and they never changed that. So for me, I line up boundary field, no matter what hash we're on. I might line up in the slot, so there's a lot more things that I have to do that he probably was asked to do at that time. But just the kind of mannerisms that he had, and more so what I take from him is how he approached the game.
Do you think think things are more complicated in football nowadays compared to when you were playing?
Yes, yeah, I do.
What are those conversations like with your dad about that?
I think he still understands the game, even though the system he might have been in was a little more simplistic than what we're doing now in today's day and age. But he still understands the game very well. So just trying to teach me as much as I can about the game.
Are you teaching him at all about it?
No, I can't. It's hard to teach a Hall of Famer anything that he doesn't already know.
For Kyle, is it easy for Kyle to be a vocal leader, or is that something that does that come natural to him? Or
Yeah, that's just his personality. He's a big goofball, but then he can also be very serious when the time comes. So.
Joey Porter Jr. dropped in the draft based on projections. Keely Ringo, the kid from Georgia did too. Was that? I think that's because of the video from your games with him.
No, I don't know why. Yeah, I don't draft the players. I just go out there and I try to do the best that I can to help my team win. I'm not trying to target anybody's draft stock or anything like that, but I'm just going out there and trying to do my best.
Yeah, I was being a smart aleck.
Yeah, gotcha.
Were you CJ seemed to be on a different level, and so did you even in that Georgia game. Is that something you want to, obviously what you remember left after the first quarter?
Yeah.
But, is that something you want to just grab on and just add on to? How does that motivate you from the standpoint of how you played that game?
Yeah, I mean, that's a NFL defense. If you look across the board, that Georgia team, I mean, they were loaded from start to finish, offense and defense. So I think that game gave me a lot of confidence that I continue to do great things this year.
When you hear the talk about potentially being the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it's out there with you, how do you respond to that? I mean, on one hand, you could say I ignore it, but still it'd be pretty cool to be a #1 pick.
Yeah, I mean, for a receiver to go #1, it's kind of very hard. The way the game is played this year, how valuable the quarterback is. But I'm not really trying to become the #1 draft pick or anything like that. I'm just trying to focus on this year and get better from what I did last year.
Marvin, I was asking you about defenses trying to key on you this year. Great receivers find a way to get open. Right?
Yeah.
But what can Ohio State do? Can Coach Day and Coach Hartline do to maybe move you around the formation or make sure they're scheming you open? Like what can you guys do to make sure that you do get the ball often?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, just moving me around. I think I was in the boundary a lot last year, but if I can go to the field some, go in the slot, come in motion, I didn't really come in motion at all last year, so maybe different things like that I could do. Kind of worked at it in the spring ball. I played strictly slot receiver in the spring, just trying to work those abilities and those skill sets.
Do you let yourself think about being a possible front runner or heavy contender for the Heisman Trophy? Do you let yourself go there?
No.
Why not?
I just worry about winning the games, man. That's all that really matters. I mean, the awards will take care of itself towards the end of the year. That's in God's plan, and that's in God's plan. But I'm not really focused on that.
What was the conversation like?
About yards after the catch, right? That's an area. How do you work on that? What is something that you can do to add that for your game?
Yeah. Well, I kind of asked some of my teammates. I think Emeka Egbuka is really great at it. Xavier Johnson. And what I think I learned is more so of a mindset thing, more so than an ability. Obviously, we all have the athletic ability, but it's more so just changing your mind to, okay, I'm not getting tackled by this person, or I'm going to get 5 more extra yards here on this catch. So more so just a mindset thing than anything.
What brought on that conversation about putting you in the slot? Was that you or the coaches or both, or how did that come to be?
I think it was a mixture of both. Kind of geared towards preparing for Georgia. We didn't really want me to just be a boundary receiver. So the more we can move me around a lot, the more I can be involved in the game. So with Emeka being out with injury to spring ball, a slot position was kind of wide open. And I was like, I'll take it. I'm just going to learn as much as I can from that slot and just get used to it.
What are your thoughts on Coach Hartline being promoted to offensive coordinator? And do you expect much will change with the offense or not so much?
I mean, I think we're still going to be aggressive. We're still going to be Ohio State. We're still going to be a balanced offense, be able to run the football as well as pass it. So I'm excited to see how things turn out, though. Say that again?
How do you feel about the strength of Ohio State's NIL program?
I think we're doing a great job. I think where Ohio State is, in Columbus area, it's a great place to do NIL. The market is very strong there. And I'm super happy for a lot of the guys, and just seeing how NIL has changed the lives of many of my teammates, man. It's such a blessing for us to be able to have that.
What, if anything, do you know about the other Big Ten schools' NIL program? Like, what do you guys have yours to compare to?
I don't know. But I don't focus on anybody else's programs. I don't know what is going on in other conferences or other schools, things like that. I just know at Ohio State we have guys excelling there.
Marvin, you're going to have a new quarterback, but you have so many people back at receiver.
Correct.
What does experience at receiver do for a young quarterback? What do you guys have to do to help that thing start?
I think just build trust. Like if a quarterback can trust us as a receiver group, then we're already in the right path. I think if he can trust us to get open, catch the ball, be where we need to be, on time, and then I think we'll be able to go from there.
Marvin, the tie and the shoes.
Yeah.
Tribute.
Yeah, tribute. Obviously, my dad played for the Colts, and then so I guess you could say a tribute to him. It's also just style as well.
Okay. It looked like a distinctive color of blue, and I didn't want to be mistaken.
Nah, I don't know what team wears royal blue in the Big Ten.
Well, I'm saying the Colts were definitely.
Yeah.
So you and Emeka have been compared to a lot of college's greats from the past couple of years, receiving tandems. Obviously, Wilson, Olave, even Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. So first of all, what do you think of those comparisons? Like, what does that mean to you? And then what can, I guess, this tandem accomplish this year?
Yeah, I think that's great company first. But one thing that I kind of noticed in those tandems is they're not the same class. Me and Emeka both were in the class of 2021. Chris and Garrett were different classes. Jamar and Justin were different classes. So I think it's very rare to see two people in the same class. They're both excelling very well in college right now.
How early did you and Emeka have conversations of what we think we can do here? When did it, was that like?
Kind of our freshman year, we just kind of, like I said, we just kept working. We knew our time would come, soon. And like I said, we just kept working. We realized that we both are very special, talented people. And we're just going to keep working so when our time comes, we'll be ready.
What was it like waiting your turn as a true freshman? You obviously broke out in the Rose Bowl, but prior to then, not getting probably as much playing time as you would hope. What was that like?
It was phenomenal. I encourage a lot of high school recruits. I mean, if you want to go to a place and start right away, that's your decision. But I think learning from a great group of guys, like how I learned from Chris and Garrett, and sitting that 1 year, I mean, I think I did wonders for my career. So I think trying to come in as a freshman and start right away is a bit overrated. I think learning from a group of guys ahead of you that are experienced and have had a lot of success in college football, I think it really helped me out.
Do you talk to some of the current freshmen about that? How it's not easy to see the field as a true freshman?
Yeah, I think they understand. They kind of have the same mindset that me, Emeka, and Jaden had when we first came in. We understand that we're going to have to wait our turn, but it's going to work out in the end.
How would you describe the relationship that you and Emeka have, and when you are in the same position group and the same class as a guy? Like, how well do you guys know each other?
Great. I obviously lived with Emeka for I think almost a year and a half. He's my roommate, and then we both moved out. But Emeka's a great friend, one of the best friends that I've experienced. Just who he is as a person. He's a great person, a man of faith, and someone that has pushed me closer to Jesus Christ. So I think we definitely help each other out on and off the field, and I'm definitely blessed to have him in my life.